Now, questions have been coming. What do I use in my house? What do I use in my car? In your car, you have 3 sources of fire, or rather 3 classes of possible fires. If your interior is burning, your leather seats or your fabric seats and your plastic components in the car, that is class A, because remember, plastic and fiber and all these other things will leave ash. So it is in class A. If it is an electrical fault, maybe in the hood, your battery has touched, I don't know what, and you have sparks going, that is an electrical fire. And if it is your fuel line, maybe you have a leaking tank, or your fuel lines at the hood have given way and they are spilling fuel, and now it's on fire, you're dealing with a B fire. Because remember, B was boiling liquids. Remember B for boiling? It's not a boiling. Remember, boiling is just for you to remember. So it doesn't mean that petrol will get to boiling. No. We are saying B for boiling is just to help you remember these are liquids. So when petrol, diesel, thinner, paint, spirits are burning, that is in class B. So you are saying in your car you could have a class A fire. You could have an electrical fire, which sometimes is referred to as C, and you could have a fuel fire, which is class B. So does that mean I'll need a water extinguisher, a CO2 extinguisher, and another type of extinguisher? No. This is your guy. Powder. What powder does is that it is rated as an ABC powder. It can extinguish class A, class B, class C, and electrical fires. So it is multi-purpose. The only danger with this extinguisher is that if you use it in an indoor environment that is not well ventilated, you'll not be able to evacuate because you'll not see your way out. And number 2, you'll asphyxiate. It will deny you the opportunity to breathe fresh air. Okay? But it is very effective. You have petrol that has spilled, you can use it. But the best for petrol that has spilled is actually foam. Have you watched movies where they come responding with the fire engines and they pour some white blanket over it? That is what foam is. And basically what it does, in fire you need 3 things to start a fire: oxygen, the fuel, and the heat. So once they give that blanket over the fuel, the heat is still there and the fuel is still there, but they have cut out the supply of oxygen by blanketing it using foam, and therefore the fire goes out. When you're using water, you're basically removing the heat component because water is for cooling. When you're using CO2, you're doing 2 things. You're cooling and you're also eliminating oxygen. Now, which is the best for which environment? So that I finish this. Powder is the best when you're looking for a multi-purpose extinguisher. So for your cars, this is what I'd recommend, because you're not fighting your fire when you're inside your car automatically, right? So this is very good because it will be able to fight electrical fires and liquid fires and class A fires, right? But then you don't need this size, maybe for a lorry. But for smaller cars, this is a 9 kg. You normally have a 2 kg, a 4 kg, a 6 kg. A 4 kg will do for you. At home, 9 kg is okay, but for outdoor use mostly. CO2 is best for electrical fires. So if you have a server room, you have an electrical room where you've packed your batteries, and I know today people are using solar a lot. So you have that place where you've kept all your batteries in one. If there is a fault there, you don't go using water, you go using CO2. It is the best for that. Any other fire, easy class A's, nazima matari, nguo, curtains, fabrics, a foam extinguisher or water. Water, of course, is the first one, is the best, universal, one of the best extinguishers. Then foam is best suited when you're dealing with a liquid fire. You have your diesel that has spread out and it is on fire. You have your petrol, you have your thinners, your paints, and they're on fire. Foam is normally the best to be able to use, and not water. Remember, by the way, water has a limitation. You can only use it in class A fires, period. And class D fires, which are rare. You not meet them unless you're in the military or in specialized trades like those. All right. Then finally, we have this lifesaver we call fire blanket. These 2 straps should always remain as they are. It should be hung on your wall in the kitchen, and in case there's a fire, you just need to pull down these 2 straps, get your blanket and cover the fire, and the fire goes out. A very good one to also have in your kitchen. All right. So for you who has started a restaurant and you have deep fryers, it's okay to still have this because you still have furniture, you have electrical equipment. But for your kitchen, consider a 6 liter wet chemical type extinguisher. For larger kitchens, you need a suppression system that is automatic, put under the hood of the kitchen, that is able to detect the temperatures. Now, this is not normal temperature, this is a fire, and directly inject the wet chemical type or any other special type of extinguisher directly into the fryers to contain your fire. Otherwise, be ready to lose your investment of millions. And I'm not being a sadist. The news around, look around what is happening. Furniture companies burning, oil companies burning. It is unfortunate, but all these things are preventable. That is what I'll tell you. All you need to do is a proper risk assessment to know what are the sources of fire. What have I done about them? Must I be there? If you must not be there, then you need a suppression system that is automated. For example, for server rooms, you need an automatic system, what we call an FM200 system or any other, that will automatically detect the fire and extinguish. You have a generator huko nje, it is using fuel. Install what we call an automatic powder. This is just a powder that we use. This is manual, this is portable. But then there's another one that looks like a cylinder, which I'll show you in the image, where it discharges when you reach a certain temperature. Or even fireballs, they work within the same, and they use dry powder. So dry powder is one of the most widely used extinguishers for that purpose. So where do you get these extinguishers? Call us at SafePro Limited. How do my people learn how to use them? We will train them. What are the prices? We'll have a link below for our catalog, and you can see all the pricing. Or you can directly call us. How do you pick it up? Give us your delivery address, and it will be delivered to your home. How do I install it? It needs to be 60 centimeters above the floor. You do not keep it on the floor. You do not lock it in a cabinet. It needs to be somewhere where it is conspicuous. And it must have the right bracket to hang it. Don't just take a kamsumari and hang it there. No. Let me show you an example. For this type of an extinguisher, when you look at the back, it has a groove here. The right bracket for it looks like this. This is what you pin on the wall, and then it carries your extinguisher like that. Okay? For the others that have a head that has a circular, this one here, for example, you notice it does not have a bracket behind, but on the head, it has a place where you actually use such a bracket, and this is what comes here. So this one goes to the wall, and this is where you hang this one from. Okay? So literally, that is how it hooks. And that applies to most of the cylinders that are coming nowadays, and particularly even CO2. That is where you carry it from. So I've seen people carry it using this. Others are tying wires here. Others are tying, binding wire here. Don't do those things. They are right brackets for that job. Any further questions and trainings, please reach out to us. Thank you.